episode 711. You can hear me okay?
I can hear you.
I think 711, 712 of Lucas, Tigers, and Bronze. Thank you guys for commenting, subscribing, sharing our content. Means the world to us, and it helps us grow and give back, find more sponsors, do more events, and just warms our hearts. So thank you, all of you guys out there listening, subscribing, sharing our content. And today is our PWCC episode. Before that, if you guys missed it, maybe something that will be a regularly occurring program, maybe not. Cages and numbers, guys. So whenever he sees huge numbers, he wants to come back on.
Correct.
We did a Coffee with Cage episode, but instead of doing it recorded here through Anchor and distributed on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, we went live on Instagram and let you guys engage kind of back and forth, ask your questions, give your rebuttals and that stuff. So maybe that's something that we'll start doing on Saturday. Crossover has the primetime Friday evening spot, which garners a lot of attention, rightfully so. Saturday would be a great spot otherwise. So maybe we'll start doing it Saturday afternoon, kind of a weekly Q&A thing. Who knows? But today's PWCC.
Let me ask you something. You saw how much the Steph Curry sold for, right? The PWCC Premier Auction, Steph Curry, RPA, rookie, out of 99, sold for like, no? You didn't see how much it sold for?
You're flexing on me. I don't follow Premier, Cage. I follow weekly. I play with the peasants and the peons.
Well, I mean, that's a great thing, right? So playing with the peasants and the peons like yourself, could there be a play? I'm not saying this card is going to sell for 7 figures like Steph Curry's card got close to, but let's take you back in the old DeLorean, right? Let's take you back, right? You get 1.21 gigawatts. You got the car up to 88 miles per hour, right? You go back in time.
It'd be great if you quoted movies in this millennium, but
back to the bubble. Okay. I can't. I mean, there's too many movies to talk about.
The 2000s.
There's too many things to. Yeah, because I have a life now. Back when I was a child, I watched movies. That's how it works. So think about this. Back in the bubble. Do you remember then? Like, that's this millennium, right?
I will never forget.
Bubble. You remember the Lakers taking off? Do you remember, that LeBron played GM? Do you remember the guy he brought over to his team?
Taylor Horton Tucker. He said he's going to be the next
Taylor Horton Tucker. You remember the guy who many people were saying was a front runner for MVP, potentially top 10 player? Some people were talking about how he might have actually been better than LeBron, right? And, we talk about the trajectory of cards, up and down, losing momentum.
The kids used your headphones again.
And, yeah, it's all crazy, right? So if Steph Curry's RPA is worth what it's worth, because, obviously Steph is now, better than Michael Jordan, according to many out there. Can you take a look at the 2012 National Treasures Anthony Davis RPA? It's at a 199. So, the 2012, they got some different versions. But it's a BGS 9.5 AD RPA. This is a guy who clearly street clothes. Bad rap right now. People like making fun of him more than they like collecting him. But it does.
He was never a good rapper, so.
It does show you, kind of an example of the dichotomy in pricing. It's a supply and demand thing. But take a look at the price on that card.
That's a sick patch. Little 13, I like that. Bring those back if you're listening.
I mean, yeah, the numbers, but patch isn't actually a 13. It's just. So do you see how much this is? Is it $100,000? Is it $1 million? I mean, this is now.
It's a G.
It's right now sitting at $1,100 with, a day before the auction. I don't know what it'll actually end at. It's got a really nice, multicolor break patch in there. Again, out of 199, not 99. So there is a higher supply on these. But you have an Anthony Davis, National Treasures, RPA. It's just something worth noting, guys, right? Because Davis was, not that long ago, thought of in the elite players in the league. Elite. Potential to win the MVP, and is now time to maybe be making a play on somebody like Anthony Davis. What if the Lakers turn it around next year? They couldn't be much worse than what they were this year. They didn't really have him. The narrative can be, hey, you got Davis, kept him healthy, and look, now they're home field advantage here in the playoffs, and they're a top seed. And
we've done a few business calls in the last 7 to 10 days, right? And
Several.
One of them you said, dude, the hobby's been good to me. So, like, not only the relationships, friends, we'll talk about that, but maybe I'll brag for you because you don't do this. We talked a little bit about your collection, and you said, man, I feel so blessed. I turned 75,000, and my collection is now worth over $1 million. Is that okay to say? Public?
78.
78.
Yeah. That's what I brought in.
you did that by being contrarian, right? And but what I mean by contrarian, when you did it with Tatum, right? Don't buy when everyone's on him, buy when everyone's selling him and overreacting. Well, as much as I'm not a Lakers guy, I'm not a LeBron guy, Anthony Davis, I've been super critical. Now is the time to buy. No one thinks they're going to do anything, and you still have three of the best players in the NBA on that one team. Now, can they figure out how to play together? They have a new coach. They have a lot more pressure. They can't have another failed season. And you have LeBron, who was the scoring leader last year. Anthony Davis, when healthy, is a problem, simply. And then Russ. Russ is good, man. His role wasn't found. And whatever they do in the offseason. So, without a doubt, if you're able to get, what is this? BGS 9.5, 10 auto, gorgeous patch of a Natural Treasures for $1,000, $2,000. I don't know where it ends.
Yeah.
It's something to monitor.
I mean, it's if you like the contrarian plays, which I do. Nobody's looking at it now, but it's not just contrarian to be contrarian, right? Like nobody's buying Bol right now either.
Right.
I'm not telling you to buy Bol. This is a guy who, has the pedigree, has done it, has had some success, and just, had some injuries. And you don't need many things to break right for him and the Lakers for this to be the card people are looking for. If people start looking for Anthony Davis cards, this will be the card people are looking for. Speaking of cards people are looking for, not a name, but do me a favor and type in 2012 Prism Gold. Because this auction has so many of the first year Prism 2012 Prism Gold cards in it.
Andrei Kirilenko?
There's actually some decent names, man.
Iggy.
There's an Iggy card. We shouldn't have drawn attention to that. You could have stolen that one. There's your play from our live.
Iggy, that's sick. 10 out of 10, PSA 10, gold prism. That's awesome.
So guys, if you really are a believer in the 2012 set being iconic and the golds being what people are going after, there are a lot of 2012 Prism basketball golds in this auction. They're all priced pretty well. We don't know what they're going to end at, but if you happen to be a Charles Oakley fan, you can pick up what is potentially his best card. You like Patrick Ewing? There you go. There are definitely some more than a few Prism golds from 2012, including a Bradley Beal, I think. So there's some good names too. There's a lot. And that's just the first page. So take a look, guys. Just type in Prism Gold, and you're going to see some fun stuff. So we go from Anthony Davis, who has all the talent in the world and maybe none of the skill, and has all of the potential but has not capitalized on much of it, to the guy who just did, right? And there's an 09 Topps Chrome Refractor Steph Curry rookie out of 500 in this auction. Dude, you're stuck in the 2012 golds, which is great because there's a lot.
More there.
A lot. There's a lot. But take a look at the 09 Curry Chrome. This is a BGS 9.5. So obviously what we're talking about here is Topps Chrome Refractor. That is the iconic brand from the late 90s and 2000s. And you have this 9.5. Does somebody get a steal here compared to what a PSA 10 sells for? I mean, it's not exactly the cheapest thing in the world. This is the kind of thing, especially after a championship, that could have sold in a premier auction. I think it's already over their $25,000 minimum. But it's one of those cards where if you're in the market for him and you like this particular card, I think it's 395 subgrades.
10 surface.
I mean, just really nice, version of the Curry Chrome Limited Refractor out of 500. Just some nice cards. So we got those. We got all kinds of fun. We're going to have to go back a little bit now. Let's not go back too far. We don't have to cover them all, but 04. If you think Brady is going to repeat this year, there's a 2004 Tom Brady auto. This is an early Brady career on-card auto. Not a lot of early on-card stuff for Brady, and this is cool. It's a Ring of Honor auto, right? So why I like this one is a couple reasons. Number one, on card, early, only a couple years in the league. But you see the price that people are paying for Mac Jones. You see the prices people are paying for Trevor Lawrence. You see the price that people are paying for these young quarterbacks, Burrow, Herbert, who haven't done anything. And this guy's done everything. And what was it, $3,000 that auto was sitting at? Again, still a day left. Don't know, what it's going to, finally sell for. But they're, people get wise to things like this, right? You know, the on-card autos, the game-used patches, right? These are things that dry up, and this is one of those early in his career on-card auto. It is a BGS 8, but you're looking at the auto, not the card here. So
something to note, guys.
Sure.
For you people that are newer to PWCC, something to keep in mind when you're bidding on these. Let's say you find, 15, 20 cards that at the current price, you would buy them. You think they're a steal. What you're able to do at PWCC is once you place that bid, you're automatically qualified for extended bidding. Mm-hmm. Right. So either you win the card right there on the spot for maybe no one noticed it or whatever. There's a lot of cards. There's a lot of items. Mm-hmm. So some of the cheaper stuff does go unnoticed. So you're able to put a bid in. But also, if someone outbids you, you're still eligible to win an extended bidding.
Yep. Can I tell you why I like that Ring of Honor? Pull that back up for a second and then get rid of the 2004 and just leave Ring of Honor and type Brady. So pull up the screen. This way people can see it.
You need to get rid of 2004.
Yeah, just kill 2004 and leave up Tom Brady and write Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor.
Well, you don't have to because it's the only ones that are there. Do you see what I see?
I see two of them.
If you do, you're going to see one's from 02 and one's from 04.
I got to be honest, get this out of a BGS slab as fast as possible.
So what's funny about this is another layer of Andrew's, hey, you might be able to get this as a steal, you name it, especially when we see two of these in the same auction, similar cards, not the exact same card. You can see it's a different pose. One's 2002, one's 2004, but
they use the same marker. Can we get a new guy working at Topps, please? Give him a marker with full ink, please and thank you. Sorry.
So last one, it's an interesting thing to know because there's two of them there, and that means that if there's a bidding war, two people won't drive it up. Most likely, you could be the third person. You can grab one for each of you. So here's your favorite guy. Can you type in 2003 Glass LeBron? GLASS LeBron. 2003 Glass LeBron.
Glass Animals LeBron.
This is a cool card, man. So it's a 2003 Upper Deck Glass Monumental Marks LeBron RPA out of 100.
This one right here? Why is it called glass?
Probably because, like rebound the glass, like the glass on the backboard, like cleaning the glass, jumping up, got the glass up there, the whole 9 yards. Look at this.
Card would have made more
it is BGS 8.5 with a 10 auto. It's a card you don't see that often in the ranks, but this is an RPA of LeBron. Limited to 100. Upper Deck Glass. That was their release. That was what it was called. And it's sitting at $3,100. Not $300,000. Not $3 million. Not even $30,000. It has a single color, patch, but that's a LeBron RPA out of 100. There's another cool LeBron, not auto. That's the same Upper Deck Glass. It's just a patch. But I like that one. I like a lot of these things. Two more cards just to cover with you, if you don't mind. These are more, we're getting back into vintage. Football. A card that I love that I've never added to my own collection. I'd like to grab a PSA 10, but the price has run. 1976 Walter Payton, if you don't mind. Or you can just write 1976 Payton, Payton.
I like this card a lot.
Now, there is a PSA 9 with the PWCC I Appeal, PWCC E selling. And I want to make sure everybody understands why this card is as impressive as it is. There are only 53 PSA 10s. That makes that card very difficult to attain, and it sells for 20 to 30 times what this 9 is currently sitting at. I looked at this auction, and this 9, I've looked at 10s because this is a card I've looked to add to my Rice and my Montana. I mean, these are the guys, the best of that time period. And Peyton Sweetness was certainly that. This card's nicer than half the 10s that I look at. And it has that eye appeal designation for a reason. It's one of the things we talk about in the hobby now. The fact that people are paying more attention to that differentiator. That card's gorgeous. I mean, that is a really nice looking Peyton rookie from 76, year I was born. So it holds a little extra fun stuff. Not 1956, like Andrew says. Not 1953, like the next card I'm going to show. This might be my favorite card in the auction. It might not sell for the most because there's some cool Curry cards that are really garnering some attention. But if you type in 53 Bowman Mantle, take a look at this card. So guys, 53, just to give you a little bit of fun, a little bit of history here. Topps came out in 51, but 52 was Topps announcing their presence. Bowman, which you guys all know now as a Topps brand, is so just hold those two up for a second. Let me tell this, right? Bowman was not owned by Topps. They were their own bubble gum company, their own gum company. And at the time this was going on, there were card wars, signing the big guys, you name it, the whole deal. And in 1953, the Topps cards are gorgeous also. They're art, right? They're like drawings. You guys have seen them. The Mickey Mantle, it's like, his head on the card, and, it's a drawn thing. Jackie Robinson, you can see the really nice cards. Bowman went the other direction. And this was, if I'm not mistaken, the first time you had these real larger than life color photos on cards. It was Bowman trying to say, all right, Topps, we see what you did in 52. We're going to take this game to another level. Look at what they did. I'm of the belief that some of the cards that came out in that, early to mid 50s are some of the coolest cards, that came out. Look at the 1955 ones that are in the television set. Iconic. They use that now again, right? The ones that have the wood grain television kind of border on it. But this one here from 53, Bowman color, Mickey Mantle, just a beautiful high grade 53. No text, no logos on the front of the card. It's just a white border and a huge picture of Mickey in a hard to find PSA 8. You like the one there that's got Yogi on it too, right? Yogi,
I thought that was cool.
Mickey, those guys on the card as well, and that's a really that's an incredible card also too. I think Hank Bauer's on the card also.
Yep.
I don't remember.
Just always being boys, like you tell they're having fun, probably packing fatties. Someone's cracking a joke. It's probably you, Cage.
But that was Yogi's team still. I mean, Mantle was still young. It was still Yogi's team, and I like that 53 Bowman color Mickey Mantle PSA 8. It's one of those ones that might get lost in the shuffle of a weekly auction. Just another example. Look at the stuff we just talked about, right? We everything from National Treasures and Topps Chrome and Prism Gold and Modern Shiny to some RPAs of LeBron, on card autos of Tom Brady, back to a 76 Peyton rookie with amazing eye appeal, and now a Bowman color Mantle. I mean, you talk about weekly auction just running the gamut like crazy. I sometimes wait until the end to talk about this. We're going to throw it up now. There's going to be something for everybody in these weekly auctions. Take a look at the tech that PWCC brings to the table on these things. Click that power buyer. Put whoever it is you like. This is the part of the episode where Andrew does this for you, and he puts Kobe in, and then we go down a rabbit hole of all of the awesome Kobe cards that he wants to buy. But he got mad when I did it last time and showed because he was in bidding wars with some of you guys. Just kidding. But there are some crazy cards that you wouldn't even know about, and the power buyer function that lets you do that. It basically, these cards all have an appraisal value. They all have book value. They all have what PWCC thinks it should be selling for, and they'll let you know just by clicking that power buyer, that card is currently sitting at a bid that is significantly lower than what that appraisal value is going to be. So that's just an interesting tool that they bring to the table. I like doing it for the the folks that I collect. Right, I'll type in a certain name and boom, power buyer. Oh wow, there's 5 Devontae Grahams. They're selling for too cheap. Next feature, of course, is Flash. While you're searching, if you click that flash, little arrow, the little looks like lightning bolt, that flash is cards that people put in later. They did not get into the initial feed of this weekly auction. People could have listed those cards as late as this past Wednesday at midnight, which means that some of these cards have only been in there for 3 days at the time you're listening to this. They have not gotten the eyeballs that they otherwise might have. Somebody's looking for quick liquidity. They want to sell a card, something they had in their vault. As long as in the vault, you can list something through PWCC and have it sold within a couple days. You can list it on a Wednesday and sell it on a Sunday. Sometimes those cards don't have the eyeballs, so you might be able to pick up a steal there. So take a look at the stuff that's been flashed in.
There's steals every week. Flash, not flash. There's opportunities, and I think that's the beauty of it. Like, they have so much inventory. The tech is so easy to use. Take a look. One other thing, talking about liquidity, is oftentimes, let's say, you have a $20,000 budget, right? Mm-hmm. But you want to buy this really awesome card that's like 12 or 13K, but you're worried that's going to take up a lot of your liquidity. something people do is they send it to the vault, get it appraised and all that stuff, and they give you it's not a cash advance. Cash advance is only if you're auctioning.
They have that.
A loan on the collateral as well.
Yep.
So it gives you a way to get the card that you want, but still have liquidity available to go out and chase other cards.
Cash advance up to 50%. Loan, I believe, is up to 40%. With a potential 1% origination fee. I think there's a 1% monthly fee. Usually it's a 3-month term, but I think it can be extended. So yeah, they're flexible with you. They let you use your assets as the ability to, to create some liquidity for yourself if you don't have enough to bid on these things. Full service, man. Full service with the PWCC stuff. You see anything fun yourself as you click that over? You click the flash. You see anything you were looking for in that in the auction yourself or no?
I'm not telling anybody any of my plays. That was super 2020 when I gave you guys all my plays. Now I keep them all.
It's funny. I will tell you one other thing to look at. I'm not buying this, and it's the second time in the last couple of weeks I've seen one of these. I mean to research it, but it's I guess it's potentially like a deck of cards. But check out. There's an 1884. It must be like a game. 1884 Lawson's playing cards.
Game to you, Cage? This is all a game to you?
No, it says fouled out, tagged out. It's like a guy laying down with his baseball uniform on and strikeout. I mean, I guess maybe it was like a deck of cards, but instead of playing like poker, they played like a game of baseball with it. I just thought it was, interesting because it's from 1884, which predates a lot of like the Mayos, the cut plugs, the old judges. Generally speaking, you don't see organized baseball card sets that are given out in a type of packaging until I think it's like 1886, 1887. So the fact that these came from 1884, this Lawson's playing cards, it's $105. It looks like an interesting piece of like baseball history there. Yeah, there it is right there, 1884.
So by the way, you guys could get these reslabbed by SGC. I 92 8.5. I'm not sure if that's a 9 or an 8, but you can get these in the new SGC holders for.
Look at that, cool back, right? Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
That thing you're looking at there for $105 is.
This is how Cage lays down when his Chick-fil-A arrives. It's like put it all right here in front of me.
Was almost 140 years old. That card, almost 140-year-old artifact.
I'm gonna one-up you.
Please.
So cultural cards, right? Cultural cards are really big deal. Cultural icons, people who are cardboard relevant, who is the pop star of the century, Cage? Who was the pop star when you were growing up?
Michael Jackson.
$30. The Jackson 5, Panini.
I can't see it.
How can you not see it?
Because I see the dude. I see him laying down still.
I see.
I see my 1884, which is just tech's way of saying mine's cooler.
I don't know. $30 for a Jackson 5 card?
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool, right? And Panini actually made this card.
That's definitely pretty cool.
Yes. Let's go.
Yeah, no, I like that. That's cool because listen, that is a growing, that's a growing segment here.
Everyone knows Michael Jackson. Everyone knows the Jackson 5, and we're talking about a $30 card right now. You could. This is one of those where if you go back to what I was saying, you could put a bid in for 30, monitor it and extend it, and if it doesn't go crazy, someone might not even notice this card, and you get it for $30.
I mean, listen. Here's what's fun, man. We're
adding value every single day, even if there's internet trolls.
We're doing an episode.
We'll show
I got PWCC. And the scroll across the top, that shows what's being bid on. You get lost in that. And one just came across. 2003 Ultra Hummer H2 LeBron James rookie. LeBron Hummer.
Is that the one that was in like like the ones hanging on the shelves at Walmart where you could see the card?
I mean, I have to look it up. I know what you're talking about because that's like, there's a Kevin Durant one and the whole deal, right? But it looks just like his regular base card.
It's all about the base.
Take a look at the card. Type in LeBron Hummer because, it's funny to talk about that. I mean, I'm pretty sure that it came with like a Matchbox card. I'm going to look it up. I'm pretty sure it came with like, like the little Hot Wheels card. I think it came with like a Hummer. And I think, you could see like the packaging. I'm pretty sure there's other ones. Maybe Durant had one too that came with, was it like a Charger? Maybe like a Dodge Charger, like, you know, a card that's on there. I think the Hummer H2 came with a LeBron Flair Ultra Rookie. Take a look.
Yes.
I'll look it up. Yeah, that's it. And obviously, it's difficult to find these things in PSA 10 because they were in these, like, you know, like hanging on the shelf, like you said, where you could see the card through it. Yep, here, there are pictures of it. I could see it. It's got an H2, a Hummer, like a red one, underneath where he is. That's crazy. That is crazy. Look at that. That's funny. So anyway, difficult to find in PSA 10, but there's a LeBron rookie right there. Plus, you get PSA has to write the word Hummer on the slab.
For you guys. I remember this card. Someone in early 2020, when we started the show, was selling these. Where we got? Right here.
That's it. Look at the LeBron Hummer. Hey, now.
You could see it?
Yeah, I could see it.
Yeah, this little Hummer car calves. And then here's the card.
That's it. The card's on top. Think of how difficult it would be to get one of those in a 10.
Because of the corners right here.
Been knocking around in that thing for 20 years. With a car under it, just like, you know, shaking in there. And it's not exactly in a PSA slab right there. You know? And this is a 10. Gotta love it.
Gotta love it. PWCC remarketing on top of eBay is just a savage move right now. And that's another episode. And we're live. What's the opposite of live? And we're
dead.
Thank you all for listening to another episode of Lucas, Tigers, and Bronzo My. I wanted to tell you about a new service that we have starting as of today, and I'm really, really excited to bring it to you guys. So, as a part of our partnership with SGC, we got 50 free submissions every single month, and many of you have taken advantage of that. And it's amazing that we could have the opportunity to 650 episodes, 675 episodes in, to go ahead and give back to our community. As people were sending those cards in, they asked, can we send 5, 10, 20 more cards to you guys? We'll pay for it, but we wanted them graded with SGC. You guys know SGC is turning cards around in 13 to 14 business days, have incredible customer service, and their secondary market values are going up day after day after day. And that's exciting for the hobby and exciting for the grading landscape. So we didn't want to just rush into it. We wanted to do it right. And what we did was I relocated here to Boca Raton, Florida. I opened up a P.O. box maybe 5 minutes away from SGC, and I will be hand delivering and hand picking up the cards. So you don't have to worry about anyone else touching your cards. It will be me, and I will update you every step of the way. So here's how it's going to work. I'm going to personally pick up the cards from a P.O. box, prep them, new card saver, new penny sleeve, and deliver them to SGC every single Tuesday. Why Tuesday? Well, it lets the stragglers over the weekend come back through on Monday and gives me a day to prep, and it basically gives SGC the entire week to work on grading those cards. Once your cards pop, only then at the end of the process will you be paying for the service. It's $25 per card, simple as that, and the turnaround times have never been faster. We're hearing right now 13, 14, less than 20 business days. So there it is, 9170 Glades Road, number 135 is the P.O. Box in Boca Raton, Florida, 33434. 9170 Glades Road, number 135, Boca Raton, Florida, 33434. Of course, you could shoot me an email or shoot me a text anytime, and I'm always available. Many of you already have my email. It's iamandrewgoldberg@gmail.com, or my cell phone number, 215-519-9154. Reach out with any questions. I could walk you through the process. I've hopped on the call with quite a few of you, and I'm happy to do that. Love you, Luca Nation.